Yo, what's happening, everybody? Today our video is going to be about my EDC. EDC stands for Everyday Carry, and this is what I carry every day. Sometimes I will add a thing or two extra besides this, but this is what I check my pockets for every day before I leave the house for work or anywhere. Sometimes I will not carry the Leatherman, and sometimes I will not carry the fixed blade. But in the past month, I have been carrying them every day, not just for work. If I'm at work, I'm absolutely carrying the Leatherman every day. And as far as everything else, it's every single day. The knife rotates. I've been carrying the PM2 a lot lately, so that's why it's up here. Let's talk about the Leatherman first. I carry the Leatherman Rebar. It's a fantastic Leatherman. I just did a review on it in a separate video if you want to go watch that. So I'm not going to go too in-depth on the Leatherman Rebar, but it's a fantastic Leatherman, one of my favorites. It's the perfect size, not too large, not too small, very comfortable in the hand, robust needle nose. We have replaceable wire cutters, good knives, solid, very solid, and didn't come with this leather case. I bought it separately. The one it came with is a nylon, and I just really enjoy the classic look of the leather sheath. So I bought it. Wasn't that much, 20 bucks maybe. Makes a whole lot of difference. Let's talk about what's on my key ring. This is just a brass, I don't even know what type of hook you would call this, but it's brass. And then I have 3 of these, what are they called? Night Eyes clips, called Night Eyes. I know there's different brands that are kind of similar, but they're basically shaped like number 6. And how they work is to get something on, you clip it in here, and then it clips down into a second area to which it cannot escape from, unless you pull this one down and let it out. I was at a job once before I was using these clips, and somehow it was kind of just a classic carabiner, so it didn't have this secondary latch. Somehow my keys fell off of my ring, and I was working in a very sandy area, and they were lost. I could not find them. They slipped off and I couldn't find them. And weirdly enough, I randomly came across them when I was back at that job a few weeks later. So I got very lucky. But ever since that happened, I switched to these types of clips. You know, you'll never lose anything. There's no way they can get out of there. So there's my Trek key, and these are all separate, so I kind of have them modularized that way, if that's a word. So first is my Trek key, and this is the Olight IR2 EOS. I love this flashlight. It's tiny. It's got a dim mode where all you do is press in, and then it's got a brighter mode if you just turn the base. I'm not sure exactly how many lumens it is, but it's definitely pretty damn bright for how big it is. And the best thing about it is you twist this out and it's rechargeable. There's a USB port right there. It holds the charge pretty well. Yeah, it's a great flashlight for the size. I love it. Next thing is my Key Bar Junior. This is the Key Bar Junior in aluminum. It's just a great way to organize your keys. I have 4 keys on here right now. If you had more than that you wanted to store, you would probably get the regular sized key bar. But yeah, I love this thing. Got keys for my toolbox on my truck, for my welding leads on my truck. Basically, everything that's locked up on my welding truck, these are the keys for it. And lastly, on the key ring, we have the fob for my truck. And we have this little, the brand is Dolphin, and it is a tiny little lighter. How cool is that? So, I never really use it, but it's just kind of a cool thing to have if you were ever in a situation where you needed some flame. It's barely even noticeable. It's this brass casing. So, just kind of a cool thing to have. So that's it for my keyring. My watch is an Apple Watch. It's the Apple Watch SE, 44 millimeter. I just went on Amazon and found this relatively cheap leather band. It's a lot better than the silicone. And then I have this little plastic screen protector on it too. I made the mistake of wearing it while I was grinding one day, and I kind of fried the screen a little bit. So with this on there, it's nice and smooth to my fingers again. This is why I have it. I should have had it on in the beginning, but oh well. My wallet is a very cheap and inexpensive little leather minimalist wallet. The brand is Travel Lambo. I got this on Amazon for, gosh, I think like $10 maybe. It was extremely cheap. And I'll have to upgrade soon. It's starting to fray a little bit, but. Now, the PM2. I have a review on this knife already on the channel, but I've been carrying this knife every day for about a month now, a little over a month, and I'm just loving it. When I first bought this knife about a year ago, I had full brass scales on it, which looked really nice, but it was very heavy. And it was still a new knife to me, so I was kind of in that period where I didn't want to carry it. I didn't want to accidentally scratch it or drop it or, you know, mess it up in some way. But I'm past that now. I'm in the using phase of knife ownership. If you own a couple knives, you know what I'm talking about. And man, this thing, it's just, I put the titanium scales on it, so it's substantially lighter now. It looks good. I have my little brass accented lanyard hole plug there. Little hint of brass to kind of class it up a bit. I have my Lynch Northwest deep carry clip on it. The steel is S45VN, and I mean, the edge retention on this knife is the best in my collection by far. I've only had to lightly strop this thing, and it is extremely sharp still. It's amazing. I don't go hard on it. I'm not cutting anything crazy, but still, the edge retention is crazy. So that's the knife I've been most carrying recently. Next, we have another Olight. This one is the i3T EOS in brass. This is a great little, relatively inexpensive EDC light. I believe they are around 45 bucks, 40 bucks, which is great for, you know, a solid brass light of this, you know, this, what do you call it, of this caliber. It's got a dim mode and a bright mode. That's it. Simple. It's bright. It's got a nice pocket clip, and it's got the bill clip so that you can attach this onto the bill of your hat, and it'll stay up there, and it'll kind of be like a headlamp for you. I really like that feature. I use that a lot at work for, you know, when I need some more light doing delicate things. And let's talk about the fixed blade. This is one that I made. I made this one from scratch. It's the first knife I've ever made, first real knife. And it turned out pretty well, I must say. This is, the steel is 5160, and the handle is black micarta with brass pins. And I've been carrying it every day just to kind of test it out and see if I did a good job with the heat treat and the tempering and all the metal hardening processes that you go through, when you're making a knife. And so far, it's doing pretty good. I wouldn't, it's not holding an edge, as well as, say, the PM2, the S45 VN steel. But I think for my first try, it's holding up pretty surprisingly well. It's small. It's about the size of an SE Azula, if you know what that is. I don't have it handy here, so I can't show you. It's small, but you're able to get a full 4 fingers grip on it. It's got the nice jimping, so you got your, you're locked in. And it's a really nice little small EDC fixed blade. I made the sheath in a way that the knife kind of goes pretty far down in there, just to reduce the size of the whole thing. And I really like it. I really, really like it. And while we're talking about fixed blades that I've made, I'm going to give you guys a little peek at the newest one I've just finished. This is my second ever knife, made from scratch by myself. Check this baby out. Same kind of steel, 5160. It's got that nice layered green micarta. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up those layers or not. But man, I did a better job on this one with the edge bevel, I think. It just looks a little cleaner. I spent a little more time overall with the hand sanding. I spent a lot of time hand sanding this thing. It is very smooth. I got out most of the scratches, almost all the scratches. It's comfortable, man. I haven't cut any jimping on the spine yet here, but I'm gonna carry it for a week or so and see how I feel. It almost doesn't need it because it has this big finger cutout, finger choil here. It really locks you in, man. I can't wait to do some slicing with this thing. I just put the edge on it today, so I haven't really done a whole lot of cutting with it yet. But yeah, pretty exciting stuff. These will be for sale. These are kind of prototypes. I'm just kind of trying out a couple different models, a couple different designs. So if you guys see anything you like, let me know. I'll make one for you. I'm happy with them. I've always wanted to make a knife, and I finally acquired the knowledge and skill to do it. And it took a while with a lot of research and trial and error, but I'm happy. All right, guys, that's my EDC. Did I forget anything? No? Watch? Yeah, got everything. All right, that's it. Bye.